In this episode, you'll learn how to use the three main audio nodes in Spaces: music generator, voiceover, and sound effects. We'll use three simple examples built around the same product, so you can clearly see where each one fits and how it works inside a workflow. Let's begin with music generator. To get there, we already have a short product workflow prepared. A speaker has been developed from a sketch, refined into a branded render, expanded into multiple views, and then turned into a short product video. That setup is not the focus here. What matters now is that we already have a finished video and want more control over its audio. Imagine we do not want to depend only on whatever sound a video model may generate on its own. We already know the exact musical direction we want. That is where music generator comes in. Its structure is simple. Text comes in and audio comes out. At the bottom, we choose the model and the duration, and just like in other nodes, the available length depends on what the selected model supports. You can also write directly inside the node, and the prompt editor is there to help refine the musical description if needed. In this case, the prompt is already prepared. It asks for a high-end electronic track for a short luxury ad with immediate groove, polished club energy, warm bass, clean percussion, no vocals, and a premium modern finish. So we choose the model, set the duration, and generate. To combine that music with the product video, we use a video combiner. This is important to remember. Video combiner is not only for joining videos one after another, it can also combine a video input with an audio input. So we connect the video on one side, the generated music on the other, run the node, and the product film now includes the soundtrack we wanted. Music generator gives you precise control over the soundtrack, and because it stays in its own node, it can always be changed later without touching the video. Now let's move to the second audio node, voiceover. Its structure is also very clear: text in and audio out. You can write the script directly inside the node or connect it from somewhere else, like a text node or an assistant. At the bottom, you choose the model, and right beside that, you choose the voice. If you open the Voices panel, it takes you back to the same library you already know from the first course, where you can filter by language, gender, and other voice characteristics. For this example, we already have a simple influencer-style setup prepared. There is an image of a girl in a modern podcast studio, and the branded speaker is ready as a reference. Back in the voiceover node, we add the short dialogue we want her to say. We choose the voice, in this case Kendra Blake, select the model, and generate. In a video generator, we connect the influencer image and the branded speaker as image references, and we also connect the audio output to it. Inside the prompt, we describe the action. She's in that exact studio, casually presenting the product, moving it naturally in her hands, adjusting the strap, showing it to the camera, and saying exactly what is inside the voiceover node, synced to her mouth and gestures. We choose the model, aspect ratio and quality, run the node, and now we have a social style clip in which the influencer speaks the exact text we wanted, with the exact voice we selected, while holding the product.
I'm obsessed with this, the sound, the design. It just fits my vibe perfectly. I never leave without it.
That is the value of voiceover. It lets you define the spoken content first, then feed that into video as a controlled element of the workflow. Now let's move to the third audio node, sound effects. This one is simpler still. Again, text comes in and audio comes out. The main controls are the prompt, the duration, and whether the sound should loop. This makes it useful when you need a very specific ambient layer or isolated sound for a video. For this example, we keep using the same speaker, but now in a different scene. A beach image and a beach video are already prepared. At this point, imagine we want calm beach ambience with waves and distant seagulls, so the sound feels consistent with the scene and with what is happening in the video. Some video models may already generate sound, but this node becomes useful when the clip is silent, when the generated sound is not the one you want, or when that feature is not supported. Because the sound stays separate, the ambience can always be changed later without touching the video. Back in the sound effects node, we write the prompt: relaxing beach ambience, gentle waves, soft wind, distant seagulls, no voices, no music, clean field recording, seamless loop. We set the duration, Decide whether we want looping and generate. Then, just like in the first example, we use a video combiner to join the video and the generated audio into one final output. Across these three examples, built around the same product, the pattern is clear. Music generator shapes the soundtrack. VoiceOver controls what is said and how it sounds, and sound effects defines the atmosphere around the scene. Together they make it much easier to shape the audio your project needs. See you in the next episode.